Hello there, this is Jessica from Madness to Miracle, and I have such wonderful news. So many things to share, so many things to update y'all with, and I have been such a sporadic person on my channel. And since about, I think it was 2019 that I started the channel because I was saved from such terrible and extreme circumstances that I wanted to just tell everybody, just let everybody know, about the wonderful things that the Lord will do for whosoever. Whosoever will believe. And so I have been so sporadic throughout the years, and it kind of dwindled off to nothing. And that was because the Lord had to do a work in me. He had to do a work in me to uproot certain things, to teach me certain things, to heal me in certain areas, and to pretty much just grow um, and grow in character. And I had to go through things, and that takes time. And God is not in a hurry. And so when the Lord put things in my heart that I thought I would be doing. I thought I'd be like just rolling out of bed the next day and be doing them. I thought I'd be writing a book and have this great YouTube channel and be helping so many people. And that's just not what happened. Now, I have been able to help people and to grow in certain areas and in my daily life. And God's always made sure that I've had a lot um, to do as far as to keep fruitful and keep growing. I always had enough on my plate to where in different areas that were going to build me up. And there was a lot of things that needed to be uprooted. There was a lot of strongholds that needed to be torn down. And I was living in Southern California, and when I came home in 2017, that's when I was rescued from the streets. Um, I had my baby, and for the past 7 years, I had just been there with my mom and my daughter in Southern California. And now I have such big news. We are in Alaska, and 2024 was a really hard year. It was a year where God kind of let me see that there were things in my life. There were attitudes, there were strongholds, there were bad roots that had to be pulled and uprooted. And I had to learn some really hard lessons and see what things were going to unravel my life, and you know what? God's mercy is so good, and he is so loving and so kind. And I knew what was happening. I could see what was happening. I could see that he was doing something. He was showing me things. But the thing is, when you have bad roots in your life, when you have been brought up in a certain way, and you have a lot of sickness in your soul and in your mind and in your attitudes and in your character. Sorry. That you can know that there's things that have to go, or things that need to be that you need to learn or stop doing, or things like that. But the thing is, we can't change ourselves. We can't change ourselves. And when the Lord saved me, when I was 37, 38, I had so much damage, so much trauma, that there was just a lot of poison. There's a lot of poison in my soul. And no matter how much you want to just stop being a certain way, God has to do that. And you know, the healing process is also painful. It's also painful and a bit traumatic, but it's not painful and traumatic in the way that it was when it was happening. um, I had to come to the conclusion that God sees why we are the way we are. He sees why we became the way we became. And so that's why he loves us so much. He knows, you know, you went through all of this, and this is why you are the way you are, but it's not an excuse to stay that way. And he's not going to leave you in the condition that you came to him in. And I was in just about the worst condition a person can be in. You know, you can look at my other YouTube, uploads, and you can kind of get the whole testimony from there. But, I came from, a traumatized childhood and ended up homeless and a drug addict, an alcoholic, a prostitute, lost my mind, lost my daughter to the system. Lost everything, like grocery cart, dumpster, homeless, and a junkie. Just dirty junkie and out there on the streets. And it is a sad situation. It was, I can't go by a homeless person or, see the young girls that are turned out on the streets and not, almost get choked up and want to just go and reach out and just unzip them and just pour everything that the Lord has done for me and told me and then just zip them back up. I just want to fix that. I've always just said, I just want to help people. I just want to help people see who Jesus really is, and see his heart for them personally. And so 2024 was a really, really hard year. And I remember praying to God and saying, you know what, I know that, you're doing something. Just please don't let me be publicly embarrassed again. Because that's really hard. And so that didn't happen. But what did happen was I had so many bad roots in my character pulled. I had lessons learned that nobody else could have taught me. I had a wonderful church family back in California who opened their hearts to me, showed me what a real family is supposed to be like, with no judgment, full of grace, full of mercy, full of kindness, patience, understanding. And so I had a lot of fear uprooted, a lot of fear about mental illness, a lot of fear about what people think about you. And, if people are thinking things about you that are just wrong and bad, then, that's not your problem. That's their problem, and, their problem with God, actually, because you're made in the image of God. I'm made in the image of God. And when people are judging other people and not knowing anything about them, or even knowing a lot of things about them, but just judging based on what they see as, the results of your life, they're actually not doing a good thing at all. So we can judge sin. We can get counseled in the things that have, turned our character in the wrong way. But we should not judge each other. And, the church that I came from, shout out to Bellflower Baptist Church. I could have never asked for a better group of people, and I miss them terribly. I miss them terribly, but I also am so extremely amazed at the blessing that God gave me and my family after last year. So it was almost December. And like I said, I had like all these bad roots pulled and all these lessons learned, and I knew it. And then this opportunity came, and it was like, it just came like that. And we ended up selling our building in Southern California and buying a property here in Alaska. And within 6 weeks, we were here. We got here mid-January. And I'm on a little over 3 acres of land in a home that's beautiful, with chickens and a greenhouse. And I got the opportunity. I got a forest right behind me. I got an ocean like 2-3 miles, down the road. I live in a rural area, which I've always wanted to live in. And I just get to live peacefully now. And, the move was hard, and there's things I have to get used to. I have, chickens in my backyard, and thankfully they're still alive after being here for a week. And actually today I've been here for a week. So, wow. Okay. So that's cool that I'm doing the YouTube channel. You have to excuse me because I'm still completely amateur, but I know that you have to start somewhere, and you have to restart, and you have to restart, and it's like I've restarted this, and I've updated my testimony so many times on this YouTube channel, and I want to get to where I get consistent with it, where I'm at least depositing something into the world that the Lord can use. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to deposit something. I want to be able to share what God has done, to show what God has done, and to do something with it. And that is my goal. That is, I pray that the Lord lets me help people from whatever platform that He provides. And I just wanted to get back on here and share that, and just say hello. And I love everyone in the world. I pray for the people of God all the time. I love praying for people. I love worshiping God. I love reading the Word. And I love just being a mom and getting to be a mom again. So, thanks for listening. And I plan to be back on here soon, at least once or twice a week. I, hopefully we'll get consistent with this, because that's another obstacle I have to overcome, is being consistent. And so thank you all for listening.